Before this video begins, I'd like to give a huge thanks to my channel members who you can see on screen now. Become a member by hitting the join button and get your name here among other awards today. Hello there and welcome back to some more Forza Horizon 3. Today we'll continue on Let's Play. This is episode 15. In today's episode we are expanding the Outback Festival once again, getting that up to level 3, and then all of our festivals will be up to level 3. Isn't that exciting? Anyways, let's watch the lovely transitional cutscene. Paved roads, incredible.
We're looking at more tents, more traffic. Oh, and we regraded the roads for you. Don't want it to get too bumpy.
Indeed, I don't want it to get too bumpy either, because pretty much every single car that I'm planning on driving is relatively low slung. Anyways, it's giving us a option of a bunch of SUVs, which I don't particularly want to drive, so we're not going to, or trucks I should say. Trucks and SUVs, I don't know. Anyways, right, what do we want to drive today? It is the Outback still, probably going to need something with four-wheel drive. I fancy making, to be fair, the Brat we had last time was kind of a silly vehicle, so, what do I want to drive? I'm sort of looking at the list of cars that I've outlined for myself. We could, actually, let's drive something a bit ridiculous. I fancy another ridiculous build, because it's the Outback, and this is what makes the Outback fun, I guess. We will go for the Plymouth Prowler, the 2000 Plymouth Prowler. And we'll turn this into some crazy off-roading vehicle, I think. First things first, that is absolutely disgusting. Is there any decent liveries for this? Kind of want like a race car style livery, but I don't think I'm going to get it. It'll be mostly no DLC, just a free car. Nice. Okay, apparently we're not going to go with that. We'll just go for a one of the normal factory colours, the red and black, which is what I usually go with when it comes to the Prowler. Alright, get that all bought and looking nice. I'm not a huge fan of the chrome wheels on it. I'm not a huge fan of the Plymouth Prowler in general. I do accept the fact that it is ridiculous. I do like that about it. I like the fact it was them trying something completely off the wall and all the rest of it, but the execution on the Prowler was pretty poor. In all honesty, it probably did need a manual gearbox. The V6 wasn't the worst bit about it. Anyways, we have a choice of an inline 6 or a 6.2 litre V8, neither of which I'm particularly excited about putting in it. I will put a supercharger on it, and I will also all-wheel drive swap it, just to make it a bit easier on us. Right, do I want to get rid of the safety bumpers? I kind of like the safety bumpers, as weird as it sounds. Also makes the front and the rear end match, so I guess we'll leave them on there. Off-road tyres will put us up to A763. Probably go S1 class with this one, I'd imagine. 315s on the rear, those are pretty darn good. Yeah, can we get this thing to S1? I wonder what it'll be like as a S1 style car. We'll have to wait and see on that one, I guess. Let's stick all this stuff in. Stick the roll cage. I guess that would probably be useful for rigidity. The one thing about the Prowler is it is actually pretty darn light, which is something it has going for it, which is good. No off-road gearbox in this game. I don't know if I've mentioned that before. I've got to be honest, it's been a month since I last recorded this, I think, so yeah. I'm not quite sure what I previously have mentioned, what I haven't. I've just been busy with work, so I haven't really had much time to sit down and record one of these. Hopefully going to bang a few of these out today. Probably going to start live streaming this relatively soon, although that won't matter for when you lot eventually get around to seeing this, because that'll already be done and gone. Alright, what haven't I done? I might just go mid S1, because I don't want to throw money all the way into this. Let's do that. Let's just go mid S1, because as I have mentioned before, I know I've definitely mentioned this one before, this game's very weird in the sense that it's very easy to get to S1 850, it's just that final 50 PI is incredibly difficult to get over, so the game sort of gets cars get ridiculously powerful when they're sort of going from S1 800 to S1 900. Or sorry, A 800 to S1 900. There is a huge gap, so...
Points of interest coming through now. Have fun.
Okay, mainly PR stunts, I can deal with that. Right, best way of doing this is probably to come out here, explore the gold mine, come down there and loop around. I think that's my plan. And we will go do that PR stunt first. Lots of PR stunts today as well, so that's fun.
In 400 yards, turn right.
Alright, let's get the Prowler up to speed. I do like the interior of the Prowler. It is quite cool with this sort of body-coloured interior part. Some of these do come in purple. Unfortunately, no option for purple in the game because it went for the later 2000s model, which I believe saw an increase in power. This might have been the final year for the Prowler. I'm not 100% on that, but I think it might have been. Because I remember the original ones of these had like 220 horsepower and they were up to 250 later on. I think that's the way that works. Also, almost got killed by another car there. Right. Bucket list number 21. What are we driving today? Live on the edge in the Centenario. Alright, we're driving the cover car again. I do love driving El cover car, I guess. Should probably buy one of these at some point, although they do show up relatively frequently. Show off near miss skills. Okay. So we've got to do 15 of those, which, considering we're next to the motorway, it should not be particularly difficult. Might even be able to get a sick old little combo going, get ourselves some skill points. Which I don't think we're in like huge demand for, but you know, skill points are nice. That doesn't count. That didn't count. Apparently some of those really should have counted, but didn't. Right. Change gear into 7th, which is probably an overdrive gear, as it is on most of these sort of supercars. Remember cars had 7 gears. Wasn't that lovely? And there we go. Easy, done, dusted, salted. Alright, get a little bit of XP. Oh, we did actually get enough to go ahead and get a wheel spin. Not a massively impressive wheel spin, but a wheel spin nonetheless. Alright, cool. We'll need 5 million fans for a showcase event. Can't remember which showcase that'd be. I think we've done 2 showcase events, I want to say. Not 100% sure on that. We had the train one, and I think we've done the boat one with the Baldwin, I want to say. I'm not sure on that, though. Again, it has been a fair old little while since I played the game, so I'm not actually sure what we've got and what we haven't got. What is this over here? What do we got? Oh, drift zone, right. Drift zone, excuse me, drift zone in a rear-wheel drive swapped all-wheel drive car. Interesting. Is that a circuit or is that a sprint? That's a scramble. What does that mean? It's a... Oh, it's a circuit. So we'll do this circuit race and then we'll do the PR stunt. I was just... If it was a sprint race, it would have taken us sort of elsewhere on the map, which is not good at the moment. I sort of want to stay in this area and then we'll move on and do whatever, I guess. Renault Clio with a sports exhaust, because reasons. Alright. That is a revolting livery on that SN95 Mustang. That really is piss poor. There is actually some very weird liveries going on here. Right, let's get a snapshot. I do remember this. Get ourselves some extra moolah to pay for the extensive modifications I just did to my Prowler. Alright, I've got to investigate. What's this? Oh, it's a drift livery. Actually, it looks quite cool. I'll give it that. It kind of reminds me of the old HKS drag cars from Gran Turismo 2. Well, I should say HKS drag cars in general, because of course they were also cars in real life, but, you know. This Mustang, that livery is not good. I don't even... Oh, it's Wonder Woman. I know nothing about... Isn't she... The only thing I know about Wonder Woman, I caught a superhero movie the other day. I've got no idea what it was. I don't care for superhero films. She's played by the same woman that played Hans's girlfriend in Fast and Furious, I think. Or at least she looks like her from memory. I haven't seen Fast 6 in a while. But yeah, no, she reminds me of her. Might be the same person. Probably is the same person. So there's something. We've also got a police interceptor, Crown Victoria. Which I always found funny they put that in retro muscle despite the fact it's a 2010 car. I guess they thought technically it's older than that. Radiohead livery. I haven't listened to much Radiohead. The only Radiohead song I know is Creep, which I know the band hates, but I actually kind of like it. Probably know more Razor Light than Radiohead, and I get those two mixed up quite often. Again, we've passed the Mustang with the hideous Monster Energy map livery. I have no idea what that is. We'll probably run into it again a few more times. It's kind of hard to see what the liveries are at night. This is a pretty cool track though, sort of a good nice mixture. It kind of reminds me of a rallycross track, this one. Probably one of the most legitimate tracks in the game, because there's a lot of circuits in this game that are sort of, or I should say racetracks in general. A lot of the race routes, there you go, that's even better. A lot of them are not memorable. A lot of them are sort of, they feel thrown together. This one actually feels pretty cool. Some of the good ones are the rally stage in Yarra Valley. That one's fun. The one with all the jumps and stuff actually feels like a proper rally course. And there's a few other in the rainforest as well that actually feel quite well sorted. Those are pretty darn good as testing tracks. I've used plenty of those in the past. Of course, my favourite track in the game though is naturally our Devil's Peak, I think it was called, the one we used for Reach the Peak back in the day, which was a fun little Horizon 3 series. If you've just come to this channel for the first time and you've never watched any of my Horizon 3 content, I do suggest Reach the Peak is actually pretty good. I don't know if it holds up to this day. I can't stand my voice from the earlier videos. I can't stand my voice now, in all honesty, but yeah, if you want to go and take a scooch at that, I would recommend. Anyways, we're going to get some XP. We are level 55. Yes, showcase event at 5 mil. I think there's only 4 showcase events. There's the 5. I don't know. There's a number of showcase events in this game. Anyways, we need to do this. The Rift Zone. Which should be fun in a car with very tall gearing that also likes to understeer. Alright, let's see how well... Oh, it's dirt. Oh, excellent. It's dirt, but I can't actually see. Can I just point this out? I absolutely cannot stand the day-night cycles in Horizon games. I know it's supposed to be like a big cool feature and it looks very pretty and whatnot. I hate it. Honest to God, I absolutely despise driving at night in Horizon games because you can't see jack shit, which isn't particularly helpful when you're trying to drive a car. Yeah, we'll go down there and then scooch across to here. That, actually, provided that's not a sprint race. Need to figure out what's a sprint and what's not a sprint race, because that'll dictate sort of where we're going and what we're doing. I think that one of the motorways is a speed zone, which I'm a little bit worried about because this car hasn't quite got the capacity to do speed zones particularly well, but is what it is, I guess.
In 400 yards, turn sharp left.
Turn sharp right. Or sharp left, I don't know. She said something. Right, I'm thinking it'd be better to get a little bit of a run up to this, so we'll go down here. Because I don't want to just activate a speed zone at like 10 miles an hour, because it makes it really hard to do better in it later on. Let's go ahead and activate. I just thought it was a really good thing that I did upgrade the gearbox. I was thinking of leaving it, but I would have still had the standard 4-speed auto. It was the random Forza I just had there. Would have preferred to do 90 through that. Would 90 have made a difference? Yeah, it would have got us 3 stars. Motherfucker. Oh, motherfucker. Alright, never mind. Never mind. I've said before, I've been saying it for ages. I'm probably going to wait until I unlock them all now. Before I end up running through them all and trying to beat them all that way. I think that's the plan anyway. We shall see.
In 400 yards, turn left.
In 400 yards, turn left. This is a danger sign from what I remember. This is also an asshole danger sign from what I remember. So this should be fun. At least I remember this being a bit of a twat to 3-star. It was pretty alright everything else, but actual 3-star in this was a bit of a nightmare. Oh, we're gonna approach 100 miles an hour. Come on, Prowler. At least it'll land correctly. Good? Yeah, there we go. We've got 2 stars on that as well. Nice. Yeah. We're 2-starring our objectives across the board. Do you know what? I am actually going to go out and get this quickly and then come back for that race event. I think it might just be a race event around the airport, but even still, I kind of want to just grab this just as a in case. In case of emergency rerouting, because we never want to double back on ourselves. Basically how I live life. I actually find out at work. I actually sort of go... I have some of the weirdest ways of doing things at work because I never want to double back on myself. Even though it would take like 20 seconds to double back on myself, but, you know. You've got to expend the least amount of energy. Please do 170. Oh, fuck off. If this is another one where it's like 170 gets more stars, I'm going to cry. Oh, thank God. It's only 180 that makes the difference there. I'm about to say. If that's another one where it's like on the tee to edge, I'm not going to be happy. We are going to unlock this showcase event this episode though, so that's fun. We'll probably end up doing that actually. Because why not? Why not? Those 2 Subarus trying to take each other. I think I have to anyway, because it's... Until you actually do the showcase event, it's practically impossible to gain enough fans. Because I think like after this 5 million one, the fan limit will be set at like 7.5 mil or something like that. And obviously the showcase event gives you a huge boost up there, so... Would have actually been better for me to leave it in 5th, because it will accelerate better in 5th. Oh well. Anyways, a desert trail. Where does this leave us? Oh god, it's going to put us all the way down there. Eeh. Oh well, I guess we can take a leisurely drive back.
You have arrived at your destination.
Watch the showcase event sort of spawn just down there, so it would have actually made sense to do this last. And then go around and do that. But, oh well. Oh yeah, I've got an Wait, was this the airport race? Or is that another one? I think this... Yeah, I think I've got an airport race to do. I'm not sure. My attention span is not particularly great. These wheels are absolutely disgusting. I kind of wish I'd changed those now. My god, they really are awful. Pumpkin Patrol. I mean... We're getting close to that time of year, I guess. So, I guess that becomes an acceptable livery. Angel. Shout out to Angel. Twitch.tv/fuck. I don't actually know, I forgot. He does cool suit. I think we've worked together on a few bits. Back in the Horizon 3 days when this game was in its prime, before, of course, Forza 7 and the later Horizon 4, no Forza game this year. I worked something out earlier. I'm not going to buy. I'm probably not going to end up getting a single new game this year, which is interesting to say the least. I think I actually worked it out because, granted, I bought Car Mechanic Simulator when that came out on Xbox One, but that's not quite. I don't really count that because I owned it on PC anyway. I guess it's the new release on the platform, but it's not like a new game. But, I mean, there's no Forza this year, because they're taking a year off until the new Xbox comes out. The Xbox... I don't want to speculate on what the name will be, because it'll probably completely fly in the face of the current naming structure, because the last three Xboxes have had completely different names. There was Xbox, which was originally supposed to be DirectBox. Fun little fact for you. Because it was supposed to showcase the abilities of DirectX. Because, of course, the Xbox was actually originally conceived as a PC rivaling system, I believe. It was supposed to essentially showcase the fact that it can play games just as nicely as a PC, hence why they bought Counter-Strike and stuff, to a fun little history lesson for you there. And the 360 actually proves that more. But yeah, we've had Xbox, Xbox 360 and Xbox One. So, I mean, Xbox 2 would be a stupid name because that just doesn't make any sense. 360, I have no idea why they decided to go with that. Xbox One, I believe the name actually comes from the fact it was originally supposed to be basically a sequel to a Philips CDI or something, where it's supposed to be like a 1 in 10 box because you can run your TV top-up box and all the rest of it for Xbox. It was basically meant to be an entertainment centre. It's supposed to be the one piece that you needed in your living room to end all of the other pieces in your living room. Hence why it was called, indeed, Xbox One. So there's something fun for you. We're going to get a wheel spin. Good win a Ram Runner. The car game tried to make me buy a minute ago. We're not going to do that though. We're going to get 40 grand instead, which is perhaps more useful to me. I wonder if the car's paid for itself yet. Probably has. But yeah, no, that's why the Xbox One was called the Xbox One. So this next one, it honestly wouldn't surprise me if they just call it Xbox, but we'll have to see on that. Was there a... No, there wasn't. Okay. I must have thought that was connected to the airport when it isn't. Okay, right, that's already been done. I'm just getting confused by the bits that said championship. So we've got PR stunt down there, a route down there, and a PR stunt down here, and then we're done for the day, other than the showcase event. So let's go over and scoop that one up. Yeah, no, so I have no idea what they're going to call this next one. Again, it wouldn't surprise me if they just call it Xbox, but we'll have to wait and see. I wonder what it's going to look like as well. I wonder how much it's going to cost as well, because I've probably actually got to buy one on launch this time around, haven't I? I think I got my 360 in like 2009, and the Xbox One I bought like a year after it came out, I think, when they did the Connectless version, because I didn't want that shit in my house. So I would not be using that livery, but I mean, it's a nice looking livery, so I guess I'll give my my Drivatar a pass on that one, I guess. So, but yeah, anyways, back to my original tangent. No Forza this year. I mean, other than that, Call of Duty Modern Warfare looks a bit trash, in all honesty. It kind of looks like Battlefield Light. I'm not a huge... I'll probably end up buying it because I've somehow managed to get every other COD that's ever come out since... Actually, I own all of them now. So, yeah, I'll probably end up getting that eventually, but I don't think I'm going to scump down on launch. Scamble is... Okay, it's a circuit. Yeah, we can do that.
You have arrived at your destination.
No, don't do that. I don't want to play a fucking championship. Just give me the normal exhibition race, please. Thank you. But yes, no. No Forza. Modern Warfare does not look particularly good. Other than that, I mean, racing game-wise, we got Need for Speed Heat. which looks interesting. Don't get me wrong, I got a comment about this, so I guess I'll bring it up in the video, and that'll answer the comment that you asked, even though I answered it like a good few weeks ago. Yeah, no, Need for Speed Heat looks interesting, don't get me wrong, but it sounds really bad, but I don't trust Ghost Games to not fuck it up, because Ghost Games have managed to fuck up every single Need for Speed they've ever made. So, yeah, I don't trust them. I've got to be honest. It's certainly a game I'm passively interested in, which I didn't think I would be. So I'll probably keep an eye on that, keep an eye on what people are saying about it. If it gets decent enough reviews, I will be interested in it. Then again, I got suckered into buying Payback because people were like, hey, the game's actually pretty good, and then I played it and I was like, no, this game is absolute dog shit. Yeah, no, it looks interesting, but Ghost Games sort of put me off it slightly, and Grid does not interest me in the slightest. Grid, I played the first Grid, I like some of the ideas of the first Grid, I absolutely hate playing it. I think it's, I think I'm justified in saying this, I think it's the worst handling racing game I think I've ever played in my life. I genuinely hate it. It's way too twitchy, way too sensitive, not a fan. Grid 2 was a little bit better. I actually had some fun with Grid 2. But I understand that's everyone's least favourite. And then Autosport was fine. The problem with Autosport is it felt like it was made about 5 years before it actually was. You know, with the non-existent series, it kind of just felt like a bit of a light game, almost, but the game had the fun multiplayer, I remember that. But this new Grid, I mean, I'm not really looking forward to it, and then they came out and said, hey, guess what, we've got 13 tracks. I'm like, really? That's it? You got 13 tracks. We moaned about Forza 5 years ago for only having 16. And that had like 200 layouts, and this game has like 80. Oh, but good news, we're adding some as the game goes on. It's like, or you could just give us them on launch and like wait a year. They've tied behind Grid. Don't get me wrong, you shouldn't have announced it in the first place. But like, if they hadn't have announced it, Grid would have, like, people have faith in the Grid name. Grid's been around since like 08. You can get away with leaving it a year. You're not like going to abandon any sales by leaving it 1 year. Granted, you'd probably have to release it on the next generation of consoles, but even still, you know, it's like, hey, showcase events already. Also, 6.3 mil to the next one, so that's interesting. But yeah, no, they're like, hey, and you're like, no.
Emile, I just got off the phone with the Horizon people. They must think we're getting too big for our boots. Your next showcase opponent is approaching the coast at about 700 miles per hour. This is the spot when you're ready to meet it.
Right, so we've got to go all the way over to Surfer's Paradise at some point. Lovely. We'll do that in a bit. Or apparently we'll be forced to do it now. Okay, that's also works. I guess I would have preferred to finish off what I'm doing, but never mind. We will do what the game says. But yeah, no, it's 13 tracks. I think they said there's like 80 cars, which, sure, but no, I'm not paying for a half-finished game. I've done that enough. So, much like every single Codemasters game, my recommendation for you is to buy it about 2 years after it comes out when they finally finish it. I'm noticing a lot with Dirt Rally 2.0 at the moment. I really want to play Dirt Rally 2.0. I've been playing quite a bit of Dirt 4 recently. That was a game I bought ages ago, thought was great, and then never really played much more of it. I'm really enjoying that game, and I really like Dirt Rally as well. But, like, I want to wait until the game stops having shit thrown at it, so I can actually finally play it when it's, like, finally finished.
It's a fighter jet. It has a power plant bigger than your car. But you know, foot to the floor. I believe in you. I
You
still
know,
kind of believe in you.
Horizon games have that one sort of showcase event that pretty much defines them. This one's that one. I love this showcase event. This is easily the best one in the game. Don't get me wrong, there's some fun ones in this game, but this one really is the best. Better than the crap that you get in the final race, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, no, this one is the defining of this game. I'm trying to think of... Now that I said there's one that defines all of them, I'm actually trying to think. Horizon 2, probably the train one with the Fulvia. That's the one people seem to remember the most. Horizon 1 had like 10 of them, and they were all excellent, excellent, excellent. I remember the F40 and the plane. That was a good one. Of course, the first ever Mustang versus Mustang event. That one was also pretty cool as well. But no, I think this one's the most memorable one. Don't get me wrong, the Jeep versus the Baldwin's kind of fun, but I mean, how is it more fun than that? Look at that, it's incredible. Also, that jet's pretty cool. Although, much like every single showcase event you've ever seen in a Horizon game, no one would ever be allowed to fly that like that, because I assume that jet is worth many millions of dollars. Or many billions of Australian dollars, I should say, considering how bad their dollar is. Haha. Currency jokes. The worst bit is, I say currency jokes, I think the only people that are going to get that are Australians who now hate me for reminding them that their money is worth nothing. Much like the Canadians. Anyways. Also, it's the Centenario, which, I mean, again, we've driven this twice in this episode. I think we've driven the Centenario probably more than I've driven my actual Prowler I built for today, but never mind. Get some downshifts going. I assume he's coming... Okay, right, he's gonna go round to come into it. Ah, that's actually pretty darn easy victory there.
Wow, everything that sounded like doubt, that was just me trying to motivate you. Hey, it worked.
Yep. So it's the only time Kira seems charming in this entire game. Getting a nice bit of XP for our trouble, and now here comes the fans. Yeah. So I'm assuming this is why they force you to do the showcase event before you actually go ahead and do the rest of it. It's so that they can give you like all of the
Hey, Emile,
fan stuff.
time for another site expansion. It's not easy being popular.
Now I'm gonna set my route over here. That's only because I want to fast travel back over there. Because I need to, so I can go ahead and finish off what we're doing over here. Thanks, game. Right, yes, we can continue, we can finish. But no, I'm probably not going to be expanding Desert next time. I think my plan is probably to go around and upgrade them all to level 5. I'm going to leave Byron Bay for last. Those of you who've played the game, it should be pretty obvious why I'm leaving Byron Bay to last. For those of you who haven't, then you'll understand in a bit. There's a PR stunt down there and a bucket list up there, so we'll go do the PR stunt. Actually, no, do I want to go do that and then I'll get that on the way back? I think that's a better idea.
200 yards.
There's also a barn find up there that I should probably go ahead and investigate at some point. I might investigate that now, actually, because we're sort of close to it, and I don't think I'm going to come back up this way for a while. Ooh.
Somebody sent me an anonymous tip about another abandoned classic out there. I don't know why they had to be anonymous, but we like rumors, right?
Rumors are good, except when they're bad. Okay. Oh, actually, that's probably closer to surfers. Okay, so we'll get that when we go to surface, and we'll get those when we go back to the valley.
100 yards.
Back to the valleys.
Bear left.
Isn't that a TV show? Like one of those horrible, like,
100 yards.
let's get a bunch of fucking bimbos in a house together and see how many men they can shag.
Turn left. Turn
I love women, but those shows are not good.
turn sharp.
Just pointing out, it's full of a bunch of fucking douchebags as well. There you go. Got to balance out the sexism stereotypes. And bye-bye YouTube. Anyways. Also, this car has reverse lights. Did the original Prowlers have reverse lights? That I'm not sure. Because this rear bumper design looks different. Angel, what are you doing out here?
Keep left.
There's also these beauty spots. I need to start tagging these eventually, don't I? So I'm assuming it's going to be some form of off-roading truck that we've got to take somewhere, right? Or it could be an Audi Quattro. Either or. Forge your own path to the city in the 2 Sport Quattro. I would have said Quattro S1, but there you go. Let's go. I think this was the first game to have these Group B cars in it. They of course had the Quattro, which was in from launch, and then later they would get the Delta for Blizzard Mountain. Oh, there was the MG from Horizon 2 as well, but I guess that's different technically. And of course we've always had the full RS200. Although the MG Metro was full rally spec, the Cosworth not quite. And we needed the minimap to get us out of there. Now we can just sort of drive all the way to the city in a straight line, because that's what the Quattro is good at. But yeah, no, I do like having these Group B cars in the game. I especially like having them in Motorsport 7. I can't wait to drive some of these around the Top Gear track. I think I've actually got some of them lined up for the next episode, when I actually finally decide to produce the episodes that I'm still indebted to produce.
200 yards.
I need Scotians to keep reminding me of the bleeding thumbnails. Yeah, exactly. Blame Scotian, at the Scotian Racing on Twitter. Go harass him.
Turn left.
Ask him where Top Gear laps are. Ask him Top Gear laps when. There you go. Running down a dream. Oh shit. Oh no. What are we on? 127. We are 2 miles away. Is that one of those solid brick? I think that's one of those solid brick walls. Horizon 3 has sort of got me Horizon 4 has got me conditioned to go, stone walls, you can just drive through those.
In 400 yards.
No.
Bear right.
Not in Australia. They make them of mega stones. They make them of obsidian. There you go, Minecraft reference.
In 100 yards. Turn left.
I don't hate myself for that at all. Actually, I don't, because I like Minecraft. I know it's supposed to be the popular thing and everyone's supposed to hate it, but I like Minecraft, damn it. I've had fun with that game. It's not really a game, but still. Where we actually got to go in the city? Oh wow, there really is no easier way to that, is there?
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
Take the first exit. Do you know what, actually? We could probably cut across there and save ourselves a little bit of time. Or I could just pussy out and go that way. Move out my way, Mercedes. Can we cut across there?
Turn sharp right.
No. The houses block that off. This is why Rewind's good. I don't even know if I'm going to make it, actually.
Turn left. In
Go,
200
go,
yards,
go, 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 Quattro, go.
Keep left.
It's got to be close. Not going to be that close. That was actually. That's actually quite a fun one. That one's quite a difficult one. It's not the most difficult PR stunt in the world. I can tell you what that is already. But what are we gonna get? Oh, oh God, don't give me the King Cobra. I'll take 90 grand. Ugh. Bit of a sneeze there. Lovely. Hyena. But yeah, no. That was fun. It's not the hardest PR stunt in the world though. The hardest, oh sorry, bucket list I should say. The hardest bucket list in the world is on Horizon 2. And you've got to drive across the entirety of Storm Island in, I think they give you 45 seconds or like a minute and a half or something. It's still pretty tight. You've got to, actually no, it is a minute and a half. You've got a minute and a half to drive 7 miles in a Range Rover which has a damage limit on it. And the damage limit basically means that you've got to, or rather, because of the time limit, it basically means you have to drive through the forest. And because of the damage limit, it means if you hit one tree, you're fucked. That is not a fun bucket list. And that really is not on my bucket list. It might be, like, sort of on my bucket list when I want to kill myself, just like, you know, do that. I've got to do that again at some point as well, because I want to play through all the Horizon expansion packs eventually. We'll do that as sort of one little fun month or something. That should be pretty cool. There's a bounty, but we'll ignore it because I don't really care enough to do it. There's also a Viper that needs a picture taken of it, but again, I don't really care enough to do that. And Geronimo.
You've arrived at your destination.
Is that another 2-star? Can we chuck that one in the book? No, it's a 1-star. Never mind. Anyways, I think that's it for today's band of things to do. Yeah, that is indeed it. So I guess next time we will head and expand the festival. Which festival, you might ask? Well, I'll probably go Yara Valley, I'd imagine, because there's a few barn finds around there that are bugging the crap out of me. We'll do Yara, go to Surfers, and then probably loop back around. But, yeah, no, thank you all very much for watching. Join me for that, and until then, farewell.